The purpose of this video is to give you guys information on something that hits home for me. As you can see, 11th American dies after vacationing at Dominican Republic resort. The thing why this hits home for me is because, guys, I was invited by my family members. I am a targeted individual to go on vacation. First, they was going to Cancun, but they changed it to the Dominican Republic. Can't make this up. They're still going. I amped out before they even changed. I amped out before they even changed it to here, right? But they then after they changed, they said, well, it's going to be cheaper if you go to with us to this one. Here's all the detail. You sure you don't want to go? Nope. Something ain't right. That's why I said God put stuff in your spirit. And all of a sudden, all these stories are coming unfold. And I am still warning my family, like, you guys be careful. I don't know if this is. And for me as a target individual, what made you guys want to change your destination to the Dominican Republic and still try to more than once? I had like 5 different people kept asking me, and my spirit kept saying, no, I had the money to go. But I kept saying, I'm not going if I can't bring anybody that I trust. Like, I couldn't invite my own friend that I hang with, or at that time, the boyfriend I was with. So in my head, I was like, I'm not going. And look what's unfolding, right? So listen to this. Let it speak for itself. What you guys think about that. Something's going on. We don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even think these people are targeted individuals, but there's something not right. And I was invited to go. And the people that invited me supposedly are still going. So we will see. Just keep everybody in prayer. Even those that sin against you, I wouldn't want nothing to happen to them. But it's in God's hand. And God spiritually kept telling me no before I even heard this information. So when you're a child of God, God will lead you in the right direction.
Have now confirmed that an 11th person has died in the Dominican Republic. This comes as Dominican health officials lash out at recent reports exposing the deaths of nearly a dozen American tourists while visiting their country. Officials calling it, quote, fake news and hysteria aimed at hurting the country's tourism. Meanwhile, the FBI is reportedly analyzing alcohol samples from at least one hotel minibar from a popular resort in the country to see if tainted booze is to blame for a string of tourist deaths. Okay, so you guys, government officials are using the hashtag #BeFairToDR to combat this, what they call, as I just said, hysteria. You can argue, however, one life is one life too many, and tourism makes up 17% of their economy. It's not like it's 99. So how do we respond to that? Greg.
I like that. The DR needs a DR. Look, I don't think the Dominican Republic wants. They shouldn't be the mayor from Jaws. You know, you want to be Roy Scheider. So it's like you don't want to diminish a problem, you want to solve the problem. And the media, I think, can help by shining a spotlight, but they can hurt. Because in the early stages of all this, nobody knows what's going on. So I sympathize with the Dominican Republic in that it's not all hysteria, as the lower third says, but there is some hysteria that can yes, in this fog of war, can make it, everybody's rearranging the words to different equations without actually getting at the truth. And I think the 5 should go and do our on-location show at the DR.
Okay, you guys.
Yeah.
You see how he said.
Got to lift the boycott.
If it's all expenses paid, I'm in.
Yeah, but don't.
I'm going to pause their commentary. Because you see how she said that they're trying to make speculation that this is fake news, right? Okay, fake news. They said that this is fake news. But read what this says right here. My neighbor lost his life in Dominican Republic. A real person saying that they actually know somebody. So let's hear his side of the story. Because now that the news is trying to say it's fake news. Okay, now let's jump to this other person's story and see what he says about being fake news.
I had this conversation with a neighbor. And so we're sitting there and we're just talking. And the thing is, here's the deal. So the neighbor, and I won't say their names because they didn't give me, they didn't sort of give me permission to mention their names. But I was talking to actually their mother. It was their mother who'd come to visit, and the mother was is staying there. And I said, oh, you're coming there? I said, yeah, I heard that his dad died. And speaking of her son-in-law. And she said, yeah, it's really sad. They're still having trouble adjusting. It's pretty terrible. And I said, I said, he died. I was like, well, how did he die? And she said, oh, Dominican Republic. I said, what? And, and so I'm sitting there, I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, was this one of the stories reported in the media? And she said, no. She said, it happened in February. She said, but the same way that he died is the way all the other people are dying in the Dominican Republic. And so, what this really said to me, this really hit me. I said, oh my God, are you kidding me? I said, first of all, I don't think they're ever going to tell the truth about this because there's too much money involved. Tourism is worth a lot of money to, smaller countries like the DR. And so I was already skeptical. But what this told me, I mean, the fact that this is my neighbor, my freaking next door neighbor, man. Like it's his father, right? Because I remember he had drove up in a car and it was like a nice Mustang. And I said, I love that car, man. That's a nice car. And he said, yeah, I got it from my dad. And my dad just died. And that's when he told me about it. I was like, oh man, I'm really sorry to hear that. But I had no idea that it was. He told me this back maybe March, and here we are. What is this, June? And so I'm talking to his mother-in-law, and that's when she was like, yeah, his father died, and we're having trouble dealing with it, blah, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, so that's where I asked, like, so how did he die? And he's like, she's like, oh, he died in the Dominican Republic. And I said, what really happened? Like, what, and then of course I'm in shock because I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait a minute, I've been talking about this a lot on my podcasts. A lot of people I've had friends text me and say, should I go to the DR because, I'm worried and what's going to happen and blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to be, I didn't want to discriminate. I mean, it's a black country, I don't want to mess up their tourism, but they got some fucked up shit going on. And so she told me what happened. She said that there was nothing wrong. It was basically, she said that they went out to dinner and were walking on the beach and he died on the beach. That he just dropped dead on the beach, like unexpectedly, totally. And okay, thank you. Okay, I'll be up in just give me a couple of minutes. It doesn't take long. But yeah, we're literally still in the family gathering, and she was with me. Weren't you freaked out by that?
I can't believe it. I knew he died, but they never told me what happened.
That fucked me up. I was like, what did you say? And what that tells me is that there's a lot of death that's happening there that is not being reported in the media, that's being covered up. This was I'm not gonna cuss, but this is our fucking neighbor. This, it ain't like a friend of a friend of a friend. This is the dude where I knew his dad had died. I just didn't know how. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, oh, he just dropped dead in the Dominican Republic. So I'm not sitting here trying to say one thing or the other. I'm just, in terms of what you do, I think people should do what they want. But I said, when she told me that, I said, I gotta go tell people. I gotta go get online and tell people about this.
I appreciate that.
Because this is some real shit. They're not gonna warn you. And it's, my brother, I remember my brother went to the DR for a long time. He was there like 2-3 months. He was there like 2-3 months. So a lot of people go to the DR. I don't know what they got going on. They got a serial killer or some systematic thing happening, but I don't feel like